Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sal here. Please click subscribe if you haven't already so you can stay abreast of everything that I put out, and also join us in the live shows Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, guys. This is a 10-day, about 10-day chart here. Obviously, the stock was dead for quite a bit of time, hovering just under a penny if you go back as far back as the 22nd of this month. So Sandridge Energy made a lot of money for a lot of people, but it scared a lot of investors today. Now, you guys already know the indicators I use. I've said it multiple times. This is price volume trend indicator. This is the no sure thing indicator, and of course my get trendy indicator here. I've always told you guys I think this is the world's greatest indicator that nobody knows about. It's made me a lot of money. And looking at this stock today, right at the opening bell, let's go ahead and zoom in here. I'm not a big fan of the zoom on trading view, but as you can see here, right under there, as you can see, we're right below the web cam there, 935, you got the short indicator. So it was time to get the hell up out of there. You got the short indicator there at 935. So right out the gate this morning, the indicators pretty much discovered, let's go back here, the indicators really discovered that the green line had went below the red line. It was time to sell. As we can see here, that's why I love price volume trend indicators, called a PVT indicator, because it gives you a visual representation of volume and price. So I'm not looking at a bunch of red and green lines going across my screen. I'm actually looking at a visual representation of price and volume and what that means. As we can see here, this is a very bad sign. Obviously, for those of you guys who were able to move quickly enough, you got out. If not, then unfortunately you went to bottom. But you were able to at least get out, higher than a lot of other people did, all the way at the low here. So the low of the day, which was, what was the low of the day? 0.0220. Ooh, wow, that's tough. That is tough. That is tough, especially when you're opening at 0.05205. That's tough. I mean, that's a big loss. The stock got to a low as far as negative 60% today. But here's the thing about patience sometimes, because, at the end of the day, I'm going to include in this video the link to Insider Financial that talks about what's going on right now with Sandridge. It's not game over yet. It was a bad day today, but it's not game over yet. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we're still talking about a stock that went from 5 cents to 2 cents. It's still dirt cheap. This is still a loss that can be recovered over a period of time or as soon as tomorrow. I mean, it really can, recover its gains. I've seen stocks do that, and that's actually quite, something that does happen. If you go look at Zinc, for instance, ZINCQ, Zinc, that was a stock that dropped up to 21 a couple days ago. Look where it is now. It's 43. So I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to sell too quickly. You don't want to allow your emotions to get control of you. Okay, obviously throughout the day was tough for the first couple until we hit about noon, dipped in lower, scared a lot of people, but that's when the bargain hunters came in, and that's where the ticker here, the indicator here, say, hey, go long. I see something's happening here. Go long. Okay, and as you can see here, the no sure thing indicator picked it up too. So I love it when my buy signals are also being co-signed by my other indicators. So the no sure thing bounced off the red line. Okay, so we saw here where red went over green, but now green is over red, bounced off of it, but stayed up. So now we know it's confirming the buy sign here, confirming that buy sign. We're handing over green. Okay, over green, and boom, beautiful into the close. Beautiful girl. So if you were somebody who were looking for an entry, this was a perfect time for you to get in that big dip right here. That was a beautiful buying opportunity for you in SDOCQ. Now, if you took a loss today, again, it's not game over. It's not game over. At the end of the day, we're still talking about a company that's in bankruptcy, that's going through the court process, and these intraday moves shouldn't bother you as much as I've been seeing here. People really getting their feelings and emotions involved when we're talking about stocks. That's the worst thing to do. Okay, that's really the worst thing to do. You're going to end up losing a lot of money. There are a lot of people who sold at huge losses today that are probably going to that would have made it all back in the next following days. We don't know. But the fact of the matter is you allowed your fear to force you into selling when you really shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have. All right. Be a little bit patient, guys. These things, I think a lot of people forgot that's a bankrupt stock. It's a bankrupt company. Okay, this is something that, enjoy the gains, and by all means take your profits when you get them. But when it does go down, understand that they do go back up too. They're very, very liquid, but believe it or not, these stocks are quite liquid when they are moving. So this downturn is something that can be made up once more new news drops on the stock. All right, just wanted to drop this quick video, guys. Nothing special here. It's your boy Sal. All right, please click subscribe if you haven't already. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.